What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Creating the Mushoku Tensei, a jobless reincarnation. Tonight on episode 7. So, what happened last time in episode 6? We're not doing comments this episode, we're doing that next episode, just letting you know. Episode 6, I have it up, let me get it up, boom, you can look through it with me here. It was a very calm episode, which I actually really did appreciate, at least relative to the episode prior, where we only really had one thing almost go horribly wrong, and to a degree it went horribly wrong, with the whole barnyard groping heiress thing. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But otherwise, I mean, good. Like, nothing going terribly wrong. We got more information about the gray rat kind of nobility as a whole, and how they're kind of important, you know, which gives some interesting, and one thing specifically is grandfather here. I just have his name as grandfather. I'm just gonna call him grandfather. That's what I was introduced to him as. Homie grandfather here. Like, no wonder home heiress is the way she is, because she's literally just like, she's definitely attached to the grandfather as like her main role model, right? Both in terms of personality and when she was getting curb stomped, that's who she was calling out to, right? So already very clear there. So that's fun. But the way that, despite not being very fond of Paul, grandfather, and even, sorry, my notes, Philip, the two of them are willing to accept Rudy, which is good, because I could have seen, and it still probably can come up, a whole, like, we hate your father, you're kind of in the bastard area, or the black sheep area of the family, so we're not going to like you, Rudy. I feel like they haven't done that too much, which is good, because I wouldn't want Rudy kind of held responsible or seen in a more negative light just because of Paul being kind of a rat and not the good kind. The whole, like, poor Eris. I'm on Team Eris so hard in this story, and I've been thinking about why. One, I like characters with big personalities, right? Because it's exciting, it's loud, right? And that's just something I enjoy in media a lot. But I think it's also, like, seeing her, how we know what her loud personality is fighting against, in a sense here, because of the way that she's been, like, taught and raised, like, made, like, with the beast, the whole beast fetish thing kind of going around, demi-human or whatever their term. Like, that gives her something that she's kind of fighting against, and I can kind of see how she got morphed into this. But what I like so much is that it feels like she is so unshakable and confident in a lot of ways, which I know it's a front she's putting up. Like, if you start to dig at her, like, I'm sure she'll crack eventually. But that at least means that she's punching Rudius in the face, which means that if Rudius does something ridiculous, like start, you know, reaching up her skirt while she's asleep, like, she's gonna slap him for it and punch him in the nuts and kick him in the mouth, right? And that is such a breath of fresh air compared to, like, Sylphie, who is completely under anything that Rudy would attempt. So that makes me, like, feel a lot just safer and more confident in, like, her interactions with Rudy, because, you know, I don't trust the kid Rudy 100%, not even close to 100%. I'm totally down to watch as he adjusts and changes and slips back and 2 steps forward, 1 step back his way through his development through the story, because that's kind of where it feels like we're going. But that doesn't mean I trust him, but at least around Eris, I do feel like she has such a strong sense of self, if nothing else, that she won't be a very easy target for things to go really bad between her and Rudy. Like, she'll punch him out of it, right? Like, good luck, you know, hoeing her in any sort of way. So that's one of the reasons I really, really like Eris, which I was thinking about. We did get a lot of fun information as well about, like, Periguis, or I don't know. I could get the pronunciation. If he comes up again, I'll definitely. Oh well, it's right here. Let me see if I can just grab it. The one of the 3 main heroes who slayed the Demon King. Friggin' floating city. Elaine. Perugis, something like that. So, like, shout out Periguis, the Armored Dragon King. Dragon King implies the existence of dragons. That's fun. One of the 3 heroes who beat the Demon God. Demon God? I didn't see God here last time. God is funny because we know that There's divinity in the casting of healing spells. So to call it demon god is like, kind of like I could see an entire angle where like the no wonder and because we know, and it was like cut content / light novel stuff, that Rudy's mom Zenith knows healing magic, right? Because that's a thing. But the light novel thing that was let known is that she's of one of the churches. I forget. I don't have the church name written down, which is a misplay on my part. But like I think it started with an M. She's part of some church, right? So I mean, I could definitely see the case where the church is where she learned the healing magic, and then she went to go work as an adventurer as kind of with that power from the church. That could totally be an angle as to where she got that healing magic in the first place, because of course the healing magic we've seen from her, I think she was using divine incantations. That was like the way it was said. So I like that idea a lot, man, because at least then I could see a cool thing where it's like the demon god Laplace or whatever. But then we have like the church organizing against them, and then it's like we get a fun religious gang, like the freaking magical nuns joining the fight and calling God's rays down upon, like all that kind of stuff. That's just a fun, like battle religion is a really fun trope, archetype, whatever. And so it seems there could be some space for that in the story, which I do appreciate. I can't believe Eris bought him aphrodisiac and just like he was going to use it on some. Was he though? I don't know. He was going to be tempted. I just don't want even that temptation around him because I don't trust him. But I don't think he's doomed, but I don't trust him. Yeah, the healing magic, though, is interesting. And man, I just got thinking, little random thoughts. So, like, the incantation-less magic is a big thing, right? And the way it's been described in the comments, which I do like this theory, I'm going to treat it like a theory, even if it's labeled as fact in the novel. But at least for now, I like to, everything I read in the comments, I don't 100% to subscribe to immediately, because I want to leave room for, like, my own stuff to develop, right? For the story to speak to me in its own way, rather than just trust what a bunch of random people say. Shout out random people, but you know how it is. Point being, though, that from the comments and what I would say seems to make sense, Rudy's incantationless magic is a result of him understanding some like rules of science, rules of physics, and etc. So that when he's conjuring fire, right, he's aware of how fire works, oxygen, fuel, blah, blah, blah. And so his mental image of fire is very clear, and he's able to like make it work. And we've seen him meld like bringing some real world science application into magic, right? And that makes me wonder if there's other people that can do incantationless magic, then are they like more of a scientific angle where they understand, like maybe there's some wizards out there that are trying to like understand how the world works and then apply that to magic, and that's how they get to do incantationless magic. So like for example, if we had like a master healer who could do incantationless magic, then there's a good chance that maybe they could also do a surgery non-magically, because that's why they can do incantationless magic in the first place, right? Like the idea that their knowledge of the body, of surgery, of what healing is naturally allows them to do it better, at least incantationless, in magic. So yeah, like it's like if we apply that, we've applied that idea to Rudius, it would be fun to try to apply that to who we might see as other incantation-less casters in the future. Thoughts? Hilda is the name of Philip's wife. What else do we have? Again, it was a calmer episode. I mean, I could like Rudy digging for. I shouldn't even say it like that. I don't even want to say digging. That sounds so bad. Is this him? This hand on her arm. That's so bad. Oh, man. The whole become line is so crazy to me, too. With diligence, she could become. Because then it's like fetishizing the development of someone. Well, is it fetishizing? I think so, yeah. Because he's doing it well. He's doing a perverted action. That's what he's thinking of, like, oh, like, I can only imagine what this will be later. And that's just a worrying train. That's just a worrying spot. Man, it's like he's... Because I'm trying to think, like, why is he acting so confident? Because this is obviously a confident move to be groping someone while they're asleep, like... I don't know if it's him being dumb because he's seen too many, like, like, poorly acted sexually appealing media. Look at me dancing around words. But he's seen so much of this as like related to sleep, where they just sleep through anything. It's like, okay, dude, that's not how it works in real life. So it could be kind of based on like a misconception in that way, or it could be just that like he's acting up, acting dumb. Because like I'm trying to think, the guy that was in his room all day, that was bullied, like that's not a place you get confidence from. But here he's acting pretty confidently. So I think you could also maybe try to point that at his like child brain. But that's something that I don't know, I'm still kind of parsing through about how I feel about that, like using his young body as an excuse for his perverted behavior, especially when you could instead point to his stunted development, which I think is thematically hitting a lot harder. Because it does feel like an excuse to use a child's, like the child, like it feels like an excuse to use him as a child in that way, where instead we could be talking about his stunted development, which I think is a lot more interesting. He gets into the themes of the story a lot better. But there's still room for the child stuff, and it's a gradient. So that's an idea of why he could be acting like that. Of course, it's time for your oh so fun lesson. Does she flinch? Why does he pull back? Because if she makes a move and then he pulls back, then it's out of fear. But if he does it when she doesn't do anything, then it's out of him catching himself and being like, what am I doing? So he's groping. I get it. She groans. Okay, so yeah, it's her groan made him snap back to reality and pull back out of fear. As opposed to him catching himself and catching his behavior. Oh, he's such a problem. This was a problem move. A rare actual problem move. And then this... This is not real. This can't be real. Wake up! I love you. I love your character. I think you are so fun. Wake up! Stop doing your soft little breathing routine, you little rat. You're of the Grey Rat legacy as well. Wait, what's our relationship to her, like genealogically? I don't recall. It's close, is it not? So is it like first cousin? Is it like a cousin? I think it is, right? Because it's... Paul and Philip are brothers, because this is Uncle Philip, right? I think it's Uncle Philip. So this is like a great uncle. Uncle Phil... I don't know how their family tree worked, like, exactly. I'm not sure if Paul's father sired both Paul and Philip. Is this Paul's dad? Is the grandfather Paul's dad? I think so. But I don't know for sure. I don't think they've gotten into that. I'm literally, like, rewatching the show in my mind, trying to remember if they've talked about this. But either way, like, there is a pretty direct bloodline in this area, whether it's uncle or like a half-brother kind of uncle. But even then, like, Philip, I'm pretty sure is uncle / half-brother uncle territory, which then places Eris as cousin, I think it is. I'm bad with family tree stuff. I don't even... First cousin, second cousin, blah, blah, blah. I literally don't know how it works, so I'm kind of out of my area of expertise here. But yeah, there's definitely a close bloodline relation, right? So it makes this even worse by another step. It's funny because he hasn't felt anything towards Zenith, right? Because either his own... Well, and he said that was weird. So I guess his position as a son to this woman disrupted that. But his position as a, let's just say, cousin, and hopefully I'm not getting that wrong, to Eris is not disrupting any attraction towards her. Like, I think he's treating her in a way that he would expect to treat her in terms of romantically, in terms of sexually. Right? And that would make sense because it's a bigger distance. So, like, I wouldn't see him as, like... I think there's a higher than you might expect amount of people that get romantically involved with cousins. And I don't know why... I think that's I don't know. Go look up stats. Don't come to me for that, okay? I don't know, okay? And don't ask why I brought that up, okay? Because I don't know either. You think I understand what I'm doing? Okay, no. Focus. Let me go start to that episode. Anything here? Brum brum. Gilenu. He do be perving. Wait, is he... Oh, yeah, he was perving at this woman. Philip's wife. I mean, I don't blame him, but, like, that doesn't mean you should do it. I understand. I understand why you're doing it. That doesn't mean you should do it. You little gray rat. Playing the chessboard, that was used to call him a political pawn. With the whole abduction heiress thing, the abduction thing. Master Rudius. I'm just looking for the, Paul's son. What is your blood connection to these people? Saros Boreas. Okay, so Saros is the name of grandfather, right? My father. So, okay, confirmed. Let me consolidate notes. Saros is grandfather Gray Rat? Pogged? Not Gray Frat. Gray Rat. We trying to join the Gray Frat? We trying to pledge? Okay. I think it's just brothers. I think Philip and Paul are brothers. Pogged. Ghislaine's struggling with magic, unlucky. They're doing basic arithmetic, good stuff, learning math, taking breaks to actually learn true. Like, it would be dumb to try to study 7 days a week forever. Like, you need the time to process the information. So I think that was a good call in, like, going out and chilling. Fun for us as the audience as well. Homie's using his MMO knowledge. He's probably going to become a freaking wizard in that regard. With economics wizardry. Yeah. It makes you curious, like, what kind of very basic intuitive things from the modern era would be super applicable to a fantasy, like, low technology fantasy era. Like, hygiene. Are they soaping? Do they use... I mean, I know that there's, like, bathing, because shout out, Lilia. Shout out Lilia, who seduced Paul mid-bath, wiping herself down. But, like, do we use soap before we eat? How common soap? Like, something as simple as that. Like, as simple as, like, basic hygiene in like, germinology in terms of germs, right? I just made that word up. And I know it's kind of funny that I'm saying, oh, Rudius should know about hygiene, considering he used to be an otaku. Haha, funny little otaku doesn't know hygiene jokes. Here, you make it up yourself, okay? You can carry that joke, okay? You can make that joke. I'll leave that for you. But yeah, he knows about that, like, surely, right? Because modern era, that's just how it is. So even as something as basic as that, like, is huge if illness and disease are common in this world. And we haven't seen any of that, but it could definitely be a thing. I mean, that's just one of, like, so many different things. I mean, there's so many different isekais that are like, how I brought my economics knowledge to change the world. How I didn't have any magic, but what I did have is basic physics. I was a physicist, and now I'm going to order a chemical. I'm going to make gunpowder, and, like, that kind of stuff. Like, that stuff's super common. Or at least I've heard of a lot of that. I haven't read any of that. But point being, even a basic otaku underdeveloped nerd, and no-life nerd, could make a lot of moves in that regard. And he's made it in relative to magic, but I think he could make it otherwise. The economics with the city and the MMO thing is a great example of that. Yeah, basically pause. I say we jump into the next episode. Episode 7 should be exciting. Because I don't think I have anything more to say, like, even about Rudy. It's just 2 steps forward, 1 step back. The step back is what I'm worried about every time. Wait, we've seen... Okay, so this was 6, so, okay, 7. So, yeah. Snowman! Okay, let's get episode 7 going. It's 5:30 a.m. Just for anyone counting. Do I drink the Dr. Pepper for the caffeine? No. That's why we have the Powerade. Yeah, I got 2 drinks at McDonald's. We live in large. Ooh, and we get easy ice so that it doesn't get too watered down when it melts. Sometimes we do no ice, but your boy wanted it cool this evening. Okay, episode 7. Let's get going. Enough yapping about McDonald's. Fun fact, we already know that this snow is going to fall because of the way they did the leaves here. That's what I learned from SpongeBob, man. If they ever, like, you can tell the difference from a thing that's going to be animated versus something that's just part of the background because it just looks different. So yeah, this snow is going to fall. I mean, the snow looks different. The leaves look different. It's basic stuff like that. If we didn't watch this in one take, if we just ran through it if we like paused a lot, we could be making a lot of moves in that regard. But that's not what we're about here. Okay, we're trying to watch one experience, bathe in it, soak in it, Scrumptious it. Okay, enough yapping. Episode 7. This guy's going in a 3, a 2, a 1. Bam! Okay. Oh my goodness, he's quick. Oh, Ghislaine. Good block, good block. Dude, how did they make fighting with wooden swords that intense? And how are you gonna fight Ghislaine when she's got two... Okay. Good job, good job, good job! What? What? You're not approaching advanced 2? Is that what that means? Or are you jealous of the hug? Yeah, you're not getting one of those, dog. Oh, puppy girl. As they play the intro. Set the scene. Okay, what's gonna go wrong? A big question. Their relationship is going really well. Yay! You're stupid. Look, she didn't even hit you. That's progress. Yes! Good job, Ghislaine. First time we've seen her do magic. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, wife? Aww. Please be nice for your daughter. Please be a good mother. She does not like Rudy. Okay, so she's had bad... She doesn't like Paul and she's taken it out on Rudy. It's as simple as that, right? Or she didn't like being gawked at. I mean, that would also make sense. I don't know. I don't know. Hilda. I can't believe you sometimes. I just can't with this kid sometimes. What's up, Edna? You gonna betray me? You think I trust you? Edna? Okay. She'll be 10. A dance. Oh, we have to teach her how to dance. I don't think she'll want to do that. She doesn't like things that are that feminine, I don't think. Yeah, I respect that. I love nobles who won't bend into noble culture. Gotta be one of my favorite types of characters. He just wants to get rid of her, Brew. Look at his fake little smile. Yeah, I was about to say he just wants more free time, bro. Does that fill up? Oh, to read books. I do respect his passion for book reading. Yeah, learn up on the history. New language? Does Ghislaine know that? I don't think she knows how to read, though. She said that. Quiet, you. Quiet, you. No. Bad. Oh, bunny. Bad. No, don't say that. No. Stop bonding over degeneracy, bro. Man, he's about to become a polyglot. Good on you, man. Oh, yeah, right to Roxy. Beast, Battle, and Demon. Battle. Dang, you got that mental, what's the term? Plasticity? Plasticity or whatever? You're taking advantage of that. Good call. Okay. Yeah. Just kidding. He's dumb. You're like, okay, Ghislaine knows about it. I mean, he's past that age where you do so much language development when you're a baby, you know? So, I kind of... It gets a lot harder to learn languages the older you get. Is he about to dance with her? Hmm. Okay, Edna. Edna really asking the 10-year-old. But look at her. She goes to lay in hay because she doesn't like the, you know, she wants to... The noble stuff, she wants... Good kick. Good kick. I don't know. I just see her as like somebody that wants to live a lot more common, which I love that attitude. Yeah, you're a warrior, an adventurer. Oh, okay. Is it out of insecurity? Hmm. Dang. Can't crack the... What was it, demon? Yeah. It's called the grind set. You'll understand one day, Eris. Mmm. Mmm. Good shot. Why am I so fine with her hitting people? I've been, my bias is showing. You're coming with me. You're coming with me to dance practice. I need someone, I need somebody I can dance with that's my size. Rudy, have you ever danced before? Yeah, there we go. Oh, learn to slow dance. You're not. No, it's all about balancing with the other person, right? Falling into each other's rhythm. I don't think she can read it, but she can speak it, so she's helping him with pronunciation and such. OP, OP. Neuroplasticity. That's the term I was looking for earlier. I think. Yeah. He's trying to take advantage of that, which is smart, which is really smart. You're selling your figurines? Don't look underneath. Oh, a doubloon. Oh, she's learning. package? For me. From whom? A Paul package? A Roxy package? What is that? Oh, it's Roxy. What is that? Is that the letter in there? Ignored. I'm ignoring that. Get that out of here. Oh, please don't cut to her getting molested, I swear. That's what happened last time. Fitoa. I'm writing that. Here he is. Demon God. Is that like sacrilegious at all? Or like, cause like Demon God Laplace. Oh, that is so nice of you. Wow. She wrote him an entire language book. Its robe is removable. Ah. Break it. He's licking it. Oh, this is your fault. Why did you sell that? You little gray rat. That is so nice of her. That is such an exceptional hard work. No, that's incredible. What a real one thing to do. Book binding. She knows that. What? Oh. Are we doing better? She needs to learn to be led, right? Because she was really pushing at her. She was trying to take control way too much. Man, I need to dance. Huh? Huh? Is he going to be the partner tomorrow? Who's the partner tomorrow? I'm panicking? I almost just checked the rest of the episode length because I'm so curious. Okay, we're going to get it, okay? What is that thing? A reindeer. A moose. It's decapitated head. Oh, is this the kid? No, wait, that's Rudy. Rudy. The slicked back. Aw, she's in her little outfit. Aw. If anybody touches her, I'm going to kill them. That includes you, Rudy. Well, I guess you already did, and I didn't kill you, so what is my word but meaningless? Oh no, don't you dare try to court her. You're so old. Edna. Edna been teaching her hard. Shout out Edna. The dance. No. Everyone has to dance with her. All the kids are being sent. Oh, this kid think he got swagger. Polite. Good start. Oh, she's sweating. Good eye contact. Fancy. Oh, insecurity. Oh no. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it... Rudy clutch? Rudy clutch? Because Rudy knows that them two can dance. Them two know each other's rhythm. Come on, Rudy. Rudy's going in. That's my boy right there. Good call. He's so stressed. It probably makes you feel better that they're both stressed. That's kind of problematic maybe, but I'm fine with it. F the nobles, F their traditions. I don't even care. Unless it's like a weird, like, romantic favor thing, then it's kind of a problem. But you know what? At least they can do their dance. It's good for confidence. Woo, catch, catch! Thank you, Rudy. She doesn't mention her mother. She's intimidated by the men. Oh? It's just me and you on the... It's just me and you. Oh, placebo. Make it into a battle dance, bro. Good call. Good call, Rudy. Oh, there's music. There we go. He knows exactly. Yeah. Oh, and now she knows she can enjoy it. Because it's just the two of them, you know? Dang! The camera movement! Holy! That's very sweet. Are they about? Is something about to go horribly wrong? I don't trust the show. It's fine. Nice! Hello? Oh, Ghislaine knows. That's the look of success. That's a dub. There it is! Yeah, you really jerking my chain, making me think that they're not gonna dance. Gray rat moment. Gray rat. There we go. Good stuff. Smart to merge those. Smart to merge those in. Because dance is just... Or battle is just a dance, right? Dang! That animation is so clean. Aww. She's so happy. And look, good call. Make it about her work ethic. Oh, dance with the other girls! Yes, Rudy. Wait, but in a careful way. Don't do anything sus. Oh, it's her birthday. It's her birthday. But okay, yeah, get it going. Good call. Why'd you cut to a... Okay, clutch. Aww. And he's got two of them. I love Ghislaine. What a... It's very special. Look at her, the little shake in her eye. Why are you grabbing selfie? Yeah, put selfie down. Good. Good attitude, Eris. Look at the two of you. Two warriors. You understand. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, let's not deal with that right now. Why are they sleeping in the same bed? Just out of curiosity. When did that happen? Don't you dare, you little rat. I better resist, 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 resist. Remember. Whoo! Good stuff. Dang! That's right. Remember your real relationship with her, not treating her like that. Is mother in there? Go talk to the mother. Oh, they're having sexual intercourse. Is she having an affair? What is happening? He knows. Oh, her with one of the maids. This guy's, yeah, his energy's crazy. Okay, that's funny. Whoa. Because it's better that way. No, that's a problem. I'm worrying about it. I'll let that slide. What lies beyond effort. Bro, that episode was so good. Shout out my girl Eris. And thank you, Rudy. That's a really plus for Rudy because he sees his bond with her, right, as a person, as an individual. The ring, the wand, the efforts. He remembers what it was like giving her those gifts, how like wonderful that emotion was, and that's what repels him from doing anything bad, right? Which he himself agrees is bad. So if we need to teach the lad that genuine human connection, right? Genuine human relationships are superior to straight up sexualization and exploitation and objectification. Are we good with that, Rudius? We can agree? I appreciate that. Oh man, the dancing stuff. I'm a hoe for a good dance, so that was just fun to watch, you know? I don't think I've ever seen like a fun dance animated like that. And for it to like also have character meaning, you know, overcoming insecurity, making something into your own by making it into the noble stuff, or making it into the sword stuff, was a huge fan of that. The floating thing in the sky does make me think of the Perugius, right? Because they had the floating city with the dragon thing. So I could see a case where this has to do with that, because that's the only other floating thing we've seen in the sky. Otherwise, I mean, homie grandfather doesn't know. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to look at those anymore. Somebody did tell me in the comments not to look at episode titles, so I'm going to ignore that episode title, and we'll try to do that from now on. Because we don't want to get spoiled, right? Because sometimes, you know, they would say, like, imagine next episode title is, The Night Eris Got Hit by a Train. Like, it's, like, okay, right? Yeah, this went wonderfully, though. This went, like, just beat for beat what we were looking for. And I didn't get any weird vibes off of him during the dance, right? It really was, like, helping someone else work through something that you yourself wish you could have worked through in your past life. Helping someone else through an insecurity that you relate to. I mean, that's very positive. Very good. Good Rudius, you get a gold star. And also just the love of a good dance, right? Because, and I love the close your eyes thing, because it's not about, like, you're here dancing because you were told to by grandfather, by father, you know? But I feel like the best dance isn't about anything like that. It's not about who's watching, it's about the dance itself. And so to close the eyes, to tie it to something that you've both bonded over, like, that's when the most genuine dance can come out. And that's exactly what happened. And it's wonderful. It's exactly what we want. So I love that. That was great. I want to rewatch that fight. the just crazy animation from the beginning. Oh my god, I saw it. Okay. Holy crap. What is going on here? Okay, so she's holding it in a normal grip, and then she kind of... Wait, let me do it here. So she's holding it in a normal grip, and then she, like, flips it with her hand, and so it goes outside. So it probably, like, pulls back, flips it, and, like, it's, like... I don't even know how you do that. Oh my gosh, I have to use frame by frame. So she flips it in her hand. It does a full spin. She almost does a reverse grip, but she waits a beat to catch it, and then she swings. And she gets out of the way and blocks. Man, and it's sending wood splintering too. Look at this page. Look at the zoom. Dang. Rudy really just standing in the background like that. Oh, look at that animation! Holy crap! She's so, like... She's just so bouncy, right? Like, whomp. And she's so quick. Yeah, I love that animation. I think the throwing it in the hand was it was like that intentional delay to throw off any sort of block. I mean, that's what the feint was, right? So it was like supposed to be overhead, but then she flipped it. Oh, she flipped it and came from the side. Okay, so it was supposed to be an overhead, but then she used the overhead momentum to flip the blade and then caught it going horizontal so she could swing horizontally to throw it off. That's sick. I love that. But Homegirl knows what to do and reorganizes to block it. Okay, so at the end of the day, we're gonna be adventuring heroes, right? I mean, is it that simple? Because we've done characters one at a time, right? We've done Sylvie, we did Roxy, then Sylvie, then Eris. Are we going to take Eris back to Sylvie, to grab Sylvie, to go to Roxy, to go join up and then begin an adventure? Or are we going to leave Eris in some reason because things can't go that simply and either more characters need to be introduced or previous characters need to be recontextualized and redealt with? I mean, shout out, what, Norn and Aisha? Shout out Norn and Aisha. Are those the birds I hear? Don't worry about it. Shout out Norn and Aisha, who are going to be, what, 5 and, like, a few months old when we come back? So, I mean, there's a lot more to explore at the house about how things have changed. You know, seeing Phil again, seeing Lilia again, seeing Zenith again, seeing Sylphie again, right? So having Eris around might distract from that. I could see that being the case. Which is sad, because I want her to stay. We also definitely got problems with this woman that have to be sorted out. So, what's her name? Hilda? Yeah, Hilda's an issue. Our next 2 episodes are probably dealing with Hilda. And something going eventually super wrong with that. She's upset. I think they're fine with the polygamy with the beast wives, or the beast maids. I kind of want to get a look at her. I'm sorry, that's kind of wrong of me, but sometimes it feels good to be wrong. Ask Rudy about it. Because she ran out of there. Okay, I didn't get a good look at who it was. Okay, so you're... Is that dog? Is that fox? Is that cat? Is that cat? Good taste. Grandfather. Oh, she's out of there. No, me too, Rudy. I'll let it slide. 2 consenting adults, I'm down. I wonder if she was grabbing Sylphie. Is she worried about... I think she might... Okay, so she's definitely got an attachment now to Rudy, because how could you not after such a wonderful dance, after he spits words at you that then motivates you to learn how to dance, and he's with you every step of the way, and then in your darkest hour when everything's falling apart and your face floor on the ground as your entire family and every noble is laughing at you and yelling at you, that's when he steps in. I mean, he was with her every step of the way and dealing with her one of her major insecurities. Like, no wonder she's going to be attached to him. So was she grabbing Sylphie because she was like, I wonder if he's got his eyes on other girls? Was it that kind of thing? I mean, because she's comfortable enough with him to sleep in the same bed with him. So I could see a case where she has like a childhood crush on him. Like, I wouldn't blame her at all. I think that'd be very realistic. Because he's been very, like, overall, he's been a very, very positive influence for her. So her grabbing Sylphie could be that, of like a, does he have his eyes on other girls? Who's this girl? Like a mini, like the beginning seeds of what could be jealousy down the line. I could see her being jealous because she's so used to getting everything she wants, because she's spoiled, because she's a noble. Yeah. Some thoughts. Really liked Ghislaine, though, and am continuing to like Ghislaine. I wonder... Well, no, we're not going to be dealing... We got to deal with this orb in this guy before we deal with Hilda. This orb in this guy is the next big issue. I got a very minor death flag from Ghislaine, because if you ever give somebody an item of significance, then that's a kind of a worrying thing. And she's grown attachments to both of these characters, and she's an adult. I don't think they're gonna kill the kids. But I do think they're willing to kill people, and so it would be, and we know how big of an influence. Like, her death would be insane politically. So if they're trying to make a big move, killing Ghislaine would be a good one. For in terms of move making in the story, not in terms of my sanity, because I like her. But that's exactly why they would do that, because they want to hurt us, because they're evil. Got to think in their shoes, right? Got to think in their evil little mitts. And just giving an item of significance is really a big thing. But nothing confirmed yet, especially with this ball in the sky. What is up with this thing? It's got ring orbits, like Saturn. Gravity, it's got mass, it's got orbit. I don't know. Hey, Rudy, you ever taken an astronomy class? You know what a neutron star is? Can you help me out? He didn't have any ideas. Grandpa didn't have any ideas. I mean, this is above your house. You should be afraid. Fear is a good motivator. What a fire episode. Is one more? What else am I trying to say? The random kid that showed up to, like, dance with her, I didn't have any issues with him. He's just a noble kid doing what he's told. It is what it is. Nobles in general, nobility is always such an interesting thing. I love the idea of nobles who dislike their noble heritage and fight back against it, and to some degree idolize, or, like, idolize is a good word, the common people and, like, the adventurers. Like, no, I don't want to go to dinner. I want to practice my sword fighting, you know? That kind of thing. Though, what's interesting about this setting is, like, one, we could maybe see that as, like, a Paul-type behavior where he left his noble heritage to go do adventuring. But, like, I'm kind of thinking, especially with how Eris is modeling after her grandfather and after just the men in her life, and she's doing sword fighting, right, as kind of a byproduct of that I kind of think that nobles like adventuring, or at least being very proficient at fighting, is normal. And so that wouldn't be like it's not like you would necessarily have. I feel like that's normal. I think that's normal in the story. I think the Paul thing is he ran away for other reasons, right? Yeah. As opposed to just wanting to be an adventurer. Maybe he became an adventurer for fun because he wanted to hook up with Ghislaine. I'm not going to worry about Paul. We'll deal with Paul when we go back 5 years later. I'm sure there'll be more Paul issues to come. Or at least Paul knowledge to be gained. You know what I mean? Her going to chill on Barn is just such a mood. I want to go chill on Barn. A hay bale. I want to go chill on a hay bale. Let me write his languages down. So it's Demon God. These language names are crazy that they're all God themed, right? So it's what? Demon God. It's Beast God. Correct about the Ghislaine thing, Pogd. Okay, so it's Beast, Battle, and Beast God, Battle God, and then Demon God. These are languages. The God thing is so interesting to me, like, world building wise. Like, there is probably a reason why they're called God, right? Why they all have that, like, afterfix. Not prefix, but postfix. I don't remember the grammatical term. But why do they all have God after? Well, you could maybe make the argument, and this is just very speculative, but just kind of in terms of how their magic system works, that incantations are a large part of magic. Incantations, of course, are language, so there is power in words. There is power in language, because there's power in those incantations that cast those spells that Paul got out of their mind. So, calling the languages different god titles could be, in some idea, related to the fact that language grants you power, gods grant you power. Like, it's like in honor of that ability of the incantation. So I'd be down with that. That's a cool interpretation. It also makes me think of different languages' effects on incantations. Like, if I cast Fireball, but I do it in Battle God or Beast God, as opposed to whatever Rudy's normal language is, like, does that change the spell? Can you even do it? I mean, is there other translations of spells? Does that change the shape of the spell? You know, blah, 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 blah. Are some spells only in different languages? Is it good to learn Beast God because that gives you access to druidic beast spells? Is it good to learn Demon God but, like, kind of looked down upon and because you get access to demon magic, which is forbidden by the church of the church because the church likes its normal divine magic, and then the battle god is for sword buffs because we got those sword spells out here making... You know what I mean? There's just a lot of ideas there that can come into effect, which I do appreciate. I'm just so used to characters getting groped that it's just like, okay, cool, you know? Like, the noble groping a character, okay, whatever. This world is just like that. It is what it is, I guess. That's one of the things where it's like, I forgot to talk about this. One thing that I was thinking to myself about, and this is maybe where I'll leave it, because your boy do be hearing the birds, and that's usually not a good sign, because I still gotta edit this hoe. Enough about that, I don't have to talk about that. The important thing, I was kind of thinking to myself, like, about, we got introduced to Eris with a foot crashing down on her skull. I was kind of wondering, because that scene left a weird taste in my mouth. Like, it was a really good tone change, which I appreciate, but in terms of, like, introducing her character, I don't know how I felt about that. I mean, it did show off her uncompromising, unyielding attitude, which I really like, but, you know, I came out of that unsure about, like, as in terms of, like, storytelling value, how much I appreciated that. And I was kind of thinking, like, what episode was that, 5? Let me pull up 5. I think that was 5, right? Yeah. So what if we swap episode 5 and 6? And that's kind of hard to do because a lot of what made episode 6 so possible is that she went through 5 to get humbled. But like, if we slightly adjusted things so that we had episode 6 come first, where we actually got to know her and, like, got to tutor her, but she was still an issue, and then we do episode 5 where we see her teeth kicked in, I feel like then it's like, because I didn't have the time to care about the character before they started kicking her, right? In fact, they, like, made her unlikable and then framed this whole thing as, like, this is us fixing her. So it's like, I don't know how I feel about a character getting fixed by getting brutally attacked as a child. Like, that's... You know, it's just like, that's kind of not healthy at all. And but it's like, I know that's like the point, and this world sucks and is miserable, but I don't know. Can we, like, I feel like there could have been a move in, let's introduce her, let's show her personality, how she interacts with the world, how she's way too prideful and arrogant, and conceited. Like, make her annoying in this hypothetical new episode 5, but, like, give us the time to, like, learn about her or whatever. Like, she accepts Rudy, I don't know, make up a reason, make her blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's his trial run before she accepts him because she's got to give him a week. Like, you can just write it in. And then, boom, now we kick her teeth in because we've gotten to know her. Rudy comes up with the plan. This is what we do. And then we kick her teeth in. And then I feel really bad because I actually know who this is. Just a thought. Because then you still get the same tone change because, you know, it's... But, like, it might even hit harder because it's affecting somebody we know. I was just thinking, something I was thinking about. I don't know if I want to call that a full criticism because it does... It's more like another idea that I think could have been that if executed I could have appreciated more. But it really comes down to, what are you trying to do with this character? And what they tried to do with this character is make her unlikable, make her super prideful and arrogant, and then break her down and build her back up, right? Though we didn't even break her down fully, we just got, like, a big chip out of her ego, out of her pride. And from there, right, we actually started to, like, that's the kind of the cracks that Rudy got in through. Yeah, and it comes down to pacing as well, right? Because then you would have to have, like, you would have the episode before, then the episode of her skull getting crushed, and then the episode after of actually seeing how she's changed. Which would make the arc, you know, one episode longer, depending on how you paced it. So, like, I get like, there are reasons why we did it this way. But, yeah. It's just, like, I thought that she was gonna die. Like, it's just so bad. Did you hear how many times he stomps on her like that? And then he goes over and, punches Rudy in the head? Oh my god. It's just miserable. It's just horrible, man. And he goes, oh, wiki wiki. Okay, dude. But yeah. Just a thought. Because I was thinking about this scene a lot, because how could I not think about this scene a lot? Don't forget that what they did to us, okay? Don't forget that they've done this. They've stomped her teeth in. We've seen people's heads get cut off. We've seen children get touched inappropriately. We've seen a child get their face curb stomped, okay? We can't trust the show. The show's going to hurt us. Am I down? Yes. Do I enjoy being emotionally damaged? Yes. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get caught off guard, because you are never going to catch me slipping. Yeah. That's all I got to say on that, I think. Yeah, that's all I got to say for this episode. Episode, what was it, 7, I think, of Mushoku Tensei, A Jobless Reincarnation. I am really enjoying the show so far. Really, Eris has been a huge... I feel like now it's really locking in for me, with her character. I've really enjoyed her character. And seeing Rudy have some growth, have some very positive change, that with him backing off from touching her, you know, that I really appreciate specifically as well. Because that means that the hope is warranted, that, you know, and there's never really much a doubt. Like, it's always, to me, from the beginning, I've had, like, it's kind of been, like, they're trying to do a story on change, which I appreciate. It's just the way they do it is what's so important, because if they do it poorly, then I don't like that. Because, you know, you can have a show about a character becoming better, but if they don't do it in realistic ways, then, or at least interesting, realistic, blah blah blah, throw in a couple words there, kinds of ways, then it's that, you know, then it doesn't matter, right? But yeah, that's all I gotta say for this episode. Episode 7 of Mushoku Tensei: Jobless Reincarnation. On to the next episode 8. Should be exciting. Of course, if you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah blah blah, comment down below if you're interested, join the Discord and talk to me or other Mushoku Tensei fans there. All of those things really do help me out, help out the algorithm, because guess what? The algorithm doesn't like me very much. I've come to that conclusion, but that's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. But yeah. Notification bell as well. Want to make sure I plug every plug appropriately. But that's all I got for this episode. Episode 7. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.